Hi, I'm David from MKDVB, and today we have an unboxing that's been over 4 years in the making. Of course, I'm talking about the Sequentix Cirklon, or is it Cirklon? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, we've got the V2 waiting for us here after we've been waiting for over 4 years. Is it worth it? Let's start to find out after the open. This box came from UK. I'm in the States, United States. So I had to pay some imports, a little bit import, but not too bad since the product is not Chinese made. So the import taxes, duties were fairly minimal. And yeah, so you can see, the rub-a-dub. I mean, it's not giving me, the box itself is not giving me that kind of Apple unboxing experience, right? It's kind of feeling a little bit practical, I guess, more functional. Just trying to get the job done. So let's go ahead and kind of carefully start cutting into this a little bit. Here. The tape's pretty loose. The box looks like it's been through a little bit. So hopefully everything inside is going to be okay. And yeah, I mean, I guess I don't need to cut that. I can just... So, moment of truth. Okay, well, it's nice to see that they double boxed it, but this is kind of a pet peeve of mine where, I used to do a record label, so I've had to pack records and make sure that, they didn't even get corner bands on the covers. So, one of the things that you really want to do when you pack this stuff, you want to pack it tight so it's not shifting around, right? But you see how if I take out this little tiny, this got this little kind of patch of packing paper. So, so this box has been kind of shifting around in here for, there's nothing really kind of bracing that impact. I guess hopefully there's some styrofoam or something inside of this, but I prefer if both layers were packed really tight. So let's go ahead and take this box out. Now I don't know where the manual is going to be here because the pictures I've seen online had manuals. Maybe I didn't pay for it or something. I'll have to check. But I was fully expecting there to be a manual included with this. So maybe it's a smaller printed one versus the binder ones that I've been seeing online. But yeah, so it's still pretty plain Jane, like this sticker here looks like it could be printed from an old 2000 inkjet printer or something, laser sticker printer. But hopefully they put all of I guess they put all the money into the quality of the product, right, and not the frills. So that's an interesting look here. It looks like I've got some stickers there. Very pink. Let's just pull it out, I guess. Honestly, it's surprisingly light. I was expecting it to be a little bit heavier. But yeah, it's pretty light. It does have the styrofoam protecting it, but again, I wish it had kind of that protection on both layers, right? The outside box and the inner box. It's a $2,400-$2,500 piece of gear. So you definitely want to make sure it doesn't sustain any injuries when it gets to you. But let's go ahead and put this down and let's see what's inside the box here. Put this down for a moment. Looks like we've got our power plug. And we've got, oh, nice, the manual that I was so worried about. Here it is. Thanks, guys. I'm old school. I prefer to have a manual. So to kind of have in hand to take a look at. So let's just go ahead and open up the manual first. They even packaged the manual in bubble wrap. So that's, they wanted to make sure that this thing stayed pretty nice and clean. Now, this one is, so I guess it's a smaller binder than what I was expecting. Not the 8.5 by 11, but that's nice. I like it. and it's substantial, as you can see. I mean, the pages, they feel like glossy cardstock, so it's not even just regular paper. So it's a pretty substantial manual. I'm looking forward to digging into this. I've been, you know, even when I knew it was coming, I held off on downloading the manual, and because I really wanted, I like I said, I'm old school. I prefer to have a physical paper in it. I feel like I learn better, and I just enjoy that experience more than reading online or reading a digital version of whatever. So we've got a manual that they don't number the pages sequentially. They have chapter and then section. So I can't tell you how many pages it is, but it's thick. It's thick, it's substantial. This is not gonna be a light bathroom reading or anything like that, right? But yeah, nice touch there. Sequentix, appreciate the manual. Looking forward to that. I guess the only thing left is to do is to get to the actual gear itself. So let's take a look and see what this looks like. It's got the rack ears attached to it. I don't know if you can see that here. So you can see the rack ears are kind of pre-attached. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping it in a rack or not yet. Like I said, it's been 4 years. I forgot I had even signed up for this. When I got the email that my name was up, I had to kind of even think if I still wanted it or not, right? I wasn't sure. I had to think about it a little bit. But, this is kind of one of these pieces of gear that takes on almost a mythical status, right? And so, yeah, so I just went ahead, what's the harm, right? If I try it out and I don't like it, I can probably get my money back selling it on the secondhand market, maybe even a little bit more. So, it just seemed like you only live once, right? You only live once. So let's go ahead and take off the other pink styrofoam. That's very nice there. I appreciate that color palette. Who's scared of pink? Not me. Now I can see there's some stickers hiding in here. It's kind of got some tape over here, but I'm trying not to. I definitely don't want to use the box knife on this tape. So let's go ahead and I might wind up having to do so. So let's go ahead and do that. It's not too heavy. As you can see, I'm holding here with one hand. And I'm gonna very carefully, oh no, I don't want to do that. It's making me nervous. I definitely don't want to risk I'm just gonna rip it with my hands. As you can see here, I'm just gonna rip it with my hands. Oh, there go the stickers. Cirklon. Does anybody know how to pronounce it? I'm not sure. I didn't look it up before this video. So I apologize to Sequentix if I'm butchering the name of your product there. Good people. And then, yeah, I guess this is maybe their company logo, the company brand logo or whatever. So it's cool. It's a cool sticker. I'm sure I'll find a place to put it somewhere. Let's go ahead and unwrap. Go ahead and move this pink styrofoam out of the way. Pink bubble wrap. So, they did a little bit, right? They could have just used plain white white styrofoam and clear bubble wrap, but they got a little bit of pink in there, so I appreciate that little touch. Sometimes those nice touches, yeah, it may seem like it's not really a good use of money or a good place to put R&D funds or whatever, but, it is part of the customer experience. This is a premium product. At least it's priced like a premium product, and you kind of want to maintain that kind of feel of premium luxury throughout the entire user experience, and that includes unboxing, right? That's why these unboxing videos are even a thing. It's because people, this experience is part of that consumerism that we're all so addicted to. So anyways, here's the Sequentix Cirklon. You can see it's got all of the, let me turn it around here so I can see it. I can read it. It's got analog bus in and out. I don't even know what that's for. I mean, it doesn't make any sound. So that's kind of, I'll be interested to find out what this D cable here, what these cables are for. You've got the MIDI. So maybe this is for MIDI. I don't know. But you've got 5 MIDI ins and outs, 1 sync. You can put an SD card in there. That's interesting. Hook it up to USB as both host and device. Interesting. And then LAN network. So, it's pretty well endowed as far as MIDI outputs go on the back. I'm really looking forward to using it with my DAW, my DAW and Reaper, ever since I moved on from the Cranborn 500R8, I haven't really had a good, reliable way to bring MIDI out into my studio from my computer and vice versa. So yeah, and then let's see how these buttons feel. I wonder if I'm going to get the mechanical keyboard feel. Yeah, pretty satisfying, I think. And the encoders feel like encoders. So A and B. So yeah, I mean, just looking at the interface, it doesn't look like it's going to be ultra intuitive. I guess you can see the play, record, start, stop button there, shift. So hopefully it won't be too hard to learn. But yeah, so there we go. The Sequentix Cirklon V2, serial number 2956. Not sure if I should be broadcasting that in a video. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing an in-depth dive on this puppy and maybe making some YouTube videos of my experience learning the Cirklon.